I know I just did a collection video, I think on Sunday, but I just got quite a few more Bad Guys books. I'm pretty sure 3, I think, from the ones that I had earlier. Also, I got this book, which is the prequel to the Bad Guys books. So I'm going to count it. Unless I count all the prequel and sequel and trequel and obliqual books in a series. As long as it's in the same universe. So, let's get started, shall we? Catwoman will be last, even though it's technically the first book in the universe. Bad Guys, my opinions on this book have not changed, but I don't think I've rated them since last time. This book is a... we'll give it a 8 out of 10 for being original. Because, I mean, there's nothing special going on here. It's kind of bland compared to the other books, but I get it. It's the first book. Next up is The Bad Guys in Mission Unpluckable. This book is also an 8 out of 10. Very bland story and feels very similar to the first book in every way. I'm going to say that, like saying it's similar to another book quite a bit. So get ready to hear that. This is 8 out of 10. Book 3 is the first book that I feel is very distinct from the others. Book 3 is the first 9 out of 10. I feel that Book 3 is definitely one of the better books. So, yeah. This is Book 3, and it's 9 out of 10. Oh, it's, and The Furball Strikes Back. That's... Sorry if I take a while to pull out the next book. These books are really stuck in my bookshelf. Book 4, The Attack of the Zitins. This book is also very distinct. I give it a... 9 out of 10. Now these... I set that standard too high, didn't I? Book 1, I changed my opinions. Book 1 is a 6, Book 2 is a 6, Book 3 is an 8, Book 4 is an 8. Because I don't... If I set my standards too high, I'm going to have, like, 11s. Next up is Book 5. Wait, 1 second. Okay. Book 5, Bad Guys in Intergalactic Gas, is definitely one of the better books, but it's not as memorable as some of the later ones I'm going to get into. 8 out of 10. Next up is Book 6, Bad Guys and Alien vs. Bad Guys. This one, a good one. This is a 9 out of 10 in my opinion. Okay, next up is probably my favorites in the original 10 books. Bad Guys in Do You Think He's Saurus? This is a special edition. I don't know if all of them are special edition, but I think they are. Do You Think He's Saurus? But definitely one of the better books. It's really memorable, hard to forget actually. I rate it a 10 out of 10, first 10. Next up is The Bad Guys in Superbad. If I'm being honest, this is one of the more forgettable books. I'm sorry, but it's... 6 out of 10, sorry. It's very, very similar to Book 5. Not in that it takes place in space, but that something crazy happens. Ooh, break into base. Ooh, get stuck. Ha ha ha. Plot twist. That plot twist is in Book 9. aka Bad Guys and the Big Bad Wolf. This is a very memorable book. 10 out of 10. Yeah, this is definitely one of the 10 out of 10 books. This is book 9. This is book 9, Bad Guys and the Big Bad Wolf. That was book 10, The Bad Guys and the Baddest Day Ever, for a reflective cover. This book, I'm being honest, is kind of mediocre. I forgot it existed. It's super similar to an upcoming book, but said upcoming book does it better. It's like, oh no, this person died, but they're alive. But the next book, you're gonna see, which is actually, I'm not gonna say, you're just gonna have to find out, is does this better. The thing, the finale, the final showdown, but not really a final showdown. It's like a fall final showdown, or foe. I think that's how you pronounce it. Okay, now what we're getting up to is going to be the second half of the series. Half. I don't know why I'm sitting like this or staring not even at the camera. But my other leg is down. Like, I just have one leg up. I have a leg up from everybody else. Just knew it. I'm a leg up. Also, this part of the carpet is really hot for some reason. Anywho, Bad Guys, number 11, Dawn of the Underlord. Oh, Underlord. So, Dawn of the Underlord is... Sorry, I can't sit still today. Dawn of the Underlord is oh my god, is definitely one of my favorite books. It's like reflective. Are all the books like that behind it? I'm gonna find out, but we'll just continue. But yeah, so this book is really rememberable. I'm not gonna tell you what happens, because this is where the spoilers come in, but here's some of the pages. Boop, scoop, skadoop, skadeep, skablop, skabloop. Next up is the bad guy. Okay, after this is major spoiler territory. Leave now or skip ahead to the end of the video where I do the outro if you don't want the spoilers for the next few books. Okay? Yeah, 3, 2, 1. Okay. Bad Guys, the One, Book 12. Okay, this book, I forgot this book existed. I thought it was book 11. It blends too much. Blends in too much with book 11. There's not its own plot. They talk about the bad guy a bit, I guess, in this book, but he appeared in the last book as well. So, it's a very forgettable book. Next up is, my god, next up is Bad Guys, book 13, Cut to the Chase. This is when it really got ramped up from the rest of the other books. This is very distinct and distinguished from the others. Up next is Bad Guys, book number 14. They're right behind you. I forgot this book existed, if I'm being honest again. Once again, it blends into the previous book, and I forgot this book existed entirely. I did not remember this book ever existing. Or anything about it ever being real. So I forgot this book existed. I'm sorry. So next book is book number 15. Open wide and say R. This is definitely one of the better books. I'm sorry if I'm really not adding commentary, but these books blend too well with 12 and 13. I guess this book's alright. I didn't show you that. So, yeah, that's really I have to say for it. It's alright. Okay, up next is when it really gets good-ish. I mean, this is the more memorable. The others is... Oh, I didn't rank the last 15. 10 is a 4. I mean, not a 4. A 7. 11 is a 9. 12 is a 8. 13 is a 9. 14 is a 6. 15 is a 6. 16 is a 7. I guess it's better. Not that better. The next two books is where it actually gets good. Oh. Yeah, these next two books are much more memorable. The next two books are Let the Games Begin. This happens. So, this book is a good book. It's a 9 out of 10. I like the final battle-ish part. They meet Lord Splargahan in the flesh. Yeah, a lot of stuff happens. But this next book it has to be my favorite. It's 10 out of 10. My favorite book. Bad guys. Look who's talking. Forget everything you know. This book changes everything. Forget what you know. This book changes everything. Take a deep breath. Okay, it's Bad Guys, the 18th book. And this is I think it might be the penultimate book. That in the book, it comes back in later. But this, 10 out of 10, my favorite book. I can't say anything because it's big spoilers. Every bit of dialogue is spoilers. So, I'm just saying that it's my favorite. And then finally, Cat on the Run. I'm fresh out of reading this. This is a 8 out of 10. It's alright. Here's the pages. There's red. Red is a color that comes up a lot. Their only color in this book, aside from black and white, is red. So, that's all the Bad Guys books. I'm done. I'm finished. Probably gonna make another video today, but that's all, folks.